Arcade1Up has announced some brand new products that they will be releasing in 2023, and we have a mixture of upgrades to existing cabinets, plus some brand new cabinet styles, and also some additional gameplay options. And so let's go ahead and take a look at these, and then I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on them. And so here are the announcements from CES 2023. And so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new products, but it's actually 3 different product categories. The first one is this Infinity Game Board. Then we have a Wheel of Fortune Casino Arcade, and then we have deluxe versions of existing arcade cabinets. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first one, which is the Casino Arcade, because I do find that really interesting, and I would say it's probably the most unique looking out of the bunch. And so this is a combination of casino machines and slot machines. So it's kind of all of that rolled into one. And well, I'll say it looks really different. You know, I probably have not seen something like this whenever it comes to these home arcade cabinets. And if you are some type of person who loves, you know, casino machines, I have seen people collect those. It's probably very expensive to get those. So this tries to emulate a lot of that. So if for anybody who goes to a casino, it looks a lot like this. And this does look, I would say, colorful. And it does come with like 21 different casino games, 4 Wheel of Fortune games. I'm not sure what the Wheel of Fortune games are. So there's probably definitely going to be a niche for this. As I said earlier, there are people who actually collect these type of casino type games. And so that's the first one, Wheel of Fortune Casino K Deluxe. So next up, we have the Infinity Game Board. So this is basically a mini version of their tabletop game boards like this, except these are larger and more expensive. And so for people who do really enjoy the tabletop experience, now you can get it in a portable form. And it has like 50 included board games, but it seems like there's other type of games as well. Yeah, 50 other games in the store. So that's really great. It does have an 18.5-inch HD touchscreen. So it's a large tablet that's made for tabletop gaming and board games. So this one looks really cool. I don't know like pricing wise what they're gonna have on this, but if they can get it, you know, in the $300 to $400 range, then this might be a really good option for people who like these table games without having to go for the bigger and more expensive versions. So that is the Infinity Game Board. And so finally, we have the deluxe cabinets, and here I'm looking at the Mortal Kombat 2 cabinet. And at least from what I can see, the biggest difference is going to be the overall dimensions. So if we actually look at the original, so here we have the dimensions, depth of 20.50, width 19.75, height is 57.80. And then when we look at the deluxe cabinet, the depth is a little bit smaller, 19.76, but the width is higher, 23.46, and also the height is at 61. And so this is probably going to be closer in terms of like the overall arcade cabinet feel, but obviously it's not going to be the same dimensions as an arcade cabinet. Plus, since it is higher, then you won't need this custom riser. And so overall, this is probably going to give a better experience for most people because of the larger dimensions and the height as well. And then in terms of other things that I could see, it is going to have this Wi-Fi enabled online leaderboards and online multiplayer. Now, the original, it did have Wi-Fi live online play, but I don't know if that's the same thing as what they're offering here. And in terms of the screen, this is a 17-inch screen, and I do not know if it's going to be the same version or quality as the original. And then some other things, it does have speaker grills over here instead of just holes. So that is a nice feature, and that's something I have in my Legends arcade cabinet. And also it looks like this insert coin, it has some updates as well right here. So it looks better, you know. But overall, I would say this is more about just the larger dimensions and then some, you know, tweaks to the overall look of it to make it look more authentic and closer to a real arcade cabinet. But in terms of everything else, I think it's very similar to what we currently have in terms of games and, you know, other features. And I'm guessing that in the future, the deluxe cabinets are going to replace these older cabinets. So in the future, they might not even sell these anymore. Who knows, you know? And so instead, they just sell these type of deluxe cabinets only. So those are the deluxe arcade cabinets. For serious YouTubers, check out TubeBuddy, the premier tool news at geekoutdoors.com. Get more done today by checking out the affiliate link in the description area below. And so now that we're seeing these upcoming product releases, what are my thoughts on these? Well, the whole casino Wheel of Fortune type game, I think there will be a niche for that, especially with people who like casino games, but there's some things that are missing, like actually having a lever. And also, since you're not going to be using real money, then I guess it kind of defeats the whole purpose of going into casino and playing games. But who knows, there might be a lot of people who like this type of stuff. And then the one that I find the most interesting, and I feel that might have the most success in terms of a niche product, is going to be the Infinity Game Board. This is going to be great for people who love tabletop games but don't have the money or the space for a full-size one. And since it has about 100 games in a very portable form factor, I think this is going to be a good option for a lot of people out there. And this is the one that I really feel stands out versus all the other products that they have. And then finally, we get to the deluxe cabinets. And even though I like the fact that they are trying to make it a little bit bigger, a little bit more authentic, I feel that this is probably not going to sell as well as they think, because all of this leads to the two main problems that ad games has been having and still has right now, and it is quality and value. Because even though the aesthetics, the overall look, it does look closer to an arcade machine, if you actually seen these Arcade1Ups or maybe you have one at home, you know that the quality of it is just not there. It feels really cheap. The dimensions are smaller, and on these deluxe ones, the screens are still 17 inches, and hopefully they use a better quality screen. And also additional features like not having a riser, speaker grills, and also having Wi-Fi. I don't really think it justifies whatever they're going to be charging for this, because right now we don't have total pricing, and I feel most of these products, especially the deluxe cabinets, is going to be in the $500 and up range, or maybe they might be able to do it at $400. But that's going to be the biggest challenge that Arcade1Up has with any of these products, because most of their products are going to be in the $400 to even $1,000 range. And when you're looking at that, well, you have a lot of options. You know, you could go with something like the Legends Ultimate Arcade, which is my favorite. You could go with the iArcade, or you could get the many countless variety of emulation boxes, emulation cabinets, sticks. There's a lot of options out there. Or if you want the best arcade experience, then for this price range, you could actually go find a real arcade cabinet. And so those are my thoughts on the Arcade1Up releases for 2023. I really feel if Arcade1Up doesn't focus on providing great quality and great value at really good prices, then I think they're going to have another challenging time this year selling these. And so if you actually had any thoughts on this, be sure to leave in the comments area below. And if you did want to see more of my retro game reviews, I do have an entire playlist. I'll leave that in the description area below or up here.